Bonafide Hustler here, and today on this video I'm going to discuss my eBay strategy for the rest of the year with you guys. What's going on, guys and gals? Chris the Bonafide Hustler coming to you live from the inside of my office. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell next to the subscribe button for all the awesome videos. So what's my eBay strategy for the rest of the year? It's important to understand that eBay is such an amazing thing, especially if you're a reseller, that you need to engage in. Think about it. Millions of people buy on eBay every single day. It's something you can do right on your phone or on your laptop. You can work your own hours, no boss looking over your shoulder, and you can essentially resell used goods on top of new goods. But yeah, used goods that you can find at thrift stores and garage sales, yard sales, you know, flea markets, swap meets, pawn shops, all this stuff you can put on eBay. So I think it's important to have a strategy out there so you can actually look at your eBay kind of business as a business and not so much as a hobby. So let's get into the eBay strategy. And I think before we get into the eBay strategy, it's important to discuss how many hours I want to give to this strategy. And much like last year, I want to give about 16 hours to this strategy a week, maybe up to 20 on certain peak weeks or something like that. But for the most part, I want to go 16 hours a week because I'm pretty much doing this part-time, or at least the eBay part itself, not counting Amazon or anything else that I'm working on. The eBay portion of it, 16 hours a week, really no more than 20, but I want to go no more than 16. Now the items that I want in my eBay store, they need to be, you know, paying me $50 or more in pure profit. There are a couple of exceptions to that kind of stuff. One of those exceptions was something that I sold yesterday. You know, I think I sold a calculator for like 50 bucks yesterday or something like that. It was a $60 calculator, took a $50 offer. I think the calculator I made it for $3. And I think that the postage was like $4, and then with the eBay fee, PayPal fee, whatever, you're looking at another maybe, I don't know, $6 or something like that. So I'm willing to take, you know, 36 on that or whatever I made on that one thing, but I also flipped it in less than a day, you know what I'm saying? So there are a couple of exceptions to my $50 or more pure profit rule, and that would be considered one of them, something like that. I'm really trying to get to 1 to 2 items sold per day that have 50 or more in pure profit. So it'd be great if 2 items at $100 profit sold. It'd be great if 1 item at $100 profit sold, or maybe 2 items at $50 profit sold. But either way, I'm trying to target 100 pure profit a day. I think that'd be a really good goal to go for, considering I'm working 16 hours a week on just that one project. So if everything goes right, we're looking at maybe $2,500 to $3,000 at the end of the month take home, something like that. I'll reinvest a lot into the business, but essentially that's what I'm looking at, something like that. And my target, like last year, is 200 items. Currently I'm at 145, so I have to grow that by putting, you know, items that are used at thrift stores, garage sales, but I'm also gonna look at my personal items to put on there. I think 200 items is good. I'm trying to run a lean and mean store that pays well, but, you know, considering I'm only gonna be working in it or on it for 16 hours, no more than 20 hours. As you're listening to this video, feel free to comment below on what your goals are on your eBay strategy. Okay, so I talked about 16 hours a week. Let's kind of break down that 16 hours a week, because you really want to get to the nitty gritty of your eBay goal, no matter what it is out there. If you want to 4 times what I'm doing, that's cool. I hope this video inspires you guys to maybe think about your eBay business as a business and not so much a hobby, and that way you can really crank out a whole lot of effort in a small amount of time, and really, maybe we'll get the same result, but maybe you'll get more, and that's the most important thing. I want to see how far I can push the envelope with eBay, considering I only want to work into it 16 hours a week. All right, so I figured, you know, 7 a.m. to 12 in the morning on Saturdays, that's like garage sale time for me. I'm usually back at my house by about 11, so 7-11, you know, there's a 4-hour span. We're eating tacos, we're gonna go garage selling and all that kind of stuff. You see it on my videos, but that's part of the 16 hours a week right there. 7 to 12 is really 5 hours, and in that last hour, I usually take pictures of stuff that I'm gonna be, you know, posting over the weekend already on eBay or sometimes locally. But yeah, there's 5 hours right there on Saturday that I dictate to the project. I figure another 6 hours with 2 hot shots during the week, because it takes 30 minutes, you know, in travel time. I do a hot shot for about 2 hours in Central Austin, then I drive back for about 30 minutes. So I'll do that twice a week. So there'll be 2 random hot shots, 3 hours a piece, twice a week. That's 6 more hours added on to the initial 5 from the Saturday garage selling day. We're at 11 now. And for me, I'm gonna work a, you know, 16-hour kind of thing on this project. I got 5 hours left over, and that's basically the list, the research, the pack, and the shipping on those last 5 hours. So that's where the 16 hours is going. And like I said, if I want a little bit more oomph in my, you know, if I'm completely caught up and I'm just like, ooh, I have some extra time, then I can go into that, like the 20-hour mark or something like that, and I wouldn't be bothered by it. But I want to make sure that I'm really, you know, working hard on that 16 first, and not slacking or anything like that. Okay, let's talk about the eBay strategy. I have it here on the sheet. It's important to talk about the items first. What kind of items are we looking for this eBay strategy? We're looking at very high quality items, you know, all items that can yield a minimum of $50 or more in pure profit. As discussed earlier, there's certain micro things to the rule that can bend the rule, such as an item that sells super fast, like in a day or 2 or 3 or something like that. Like I'm okay taking 30 bucks, 40 bucks for something like that that's so fast. I'm gonna be listing my personal items as well. So here and there personal items that I don't get to, let's say in a year or 2 using them. I've got plenty of shoes that I could be listing, backpacks, just a bunch of random stuff that I just don't use that much. And I really don't need it in this house, so I'll be putting that as towards my 200 items on eBay. And of course, the majority of these items are gonna be coming from garage sales and thrift stores. So currently I have 145 items for sale on eBay. I wanna grow that to 200 items. So I have to be thinking of garage sales, thrift stores, and my own personal items is pretty much how I'm gonna attack that. Let's talk about listing habits, right? So the listing portion, the portion that kind of a lot of people do not like. But I wanna list about 2 to 5 items a day with the thought that anywhere between 1 to 3 will sell on average. So that's what I'm thinking. You know, if 1 sells for $100 profit, I am happy with that. Really what I want is I want about 100 in pure profit a day. If this project could go perfect for me at 16 hours a week, I would want $100 in pure profit, no matter how it comes. It could be 2 items at 50 bucks. It could be 1 item at $75 and the other item at 50 bucks, which is obviously more than 100, but still, you know what I'm thinking. Like I want to have about 100, and I think with 200 items in a store, I think by the end of the month, which is 30 days, if I sell 2 items a day on average, that's 60 items out of the store. I would have to replenish 60 items, which should be doable with hot shots and garage sales and things like that. So that's what's going on in my head. Of course, there are certain days that are outliers, just some weird days that happen. There's also those days where you don't sell anything. We all know what that feels like, so you have to make up for those kind of days as well. All right, so back to listing habits, like sell similar, sell one like this. Those are the 2 primary buttons I will be using. I do not create any of my own listings. I can't remember the last time I actually created my own eBay listing. I just cannot think about it. It doesn't exist. Like I don't do that. So sell similar or sell one like this, and I'm gonna optimize over that. That's what's the most important part about eBay. Is just because you're doing sell similar or sell one like this, it is keyword rich, but you could even get it richer than that. So you have to know how to do it. I discussed it on a video yesterday on how to do it, or the day before that. Anyway, so yeah, keyword optimization on top of pretty good rich keywords already. Of course, good pics. You're gonna want good pictures. You're gonna want 12 good pictures, but that's been beaten to death all over the place on eBay tips, no matter whose channel you're watching. But yeah, good pics, minimal description. I don't want to go crazy on the description unless there are flaws and things that I need to describe further. But if it's in good condition, whatever it might be, then good condition, only used a couple times, like that's all you have to really put in the description. Free shipping, Continental USA, that's what I put. That's basically that, and also reduce all fluff words in the title. So if I get to what I think is the richest title possible and of keyword, put so many keywords in there. If there's still like 7 characters left, I want to try to find another rich keyword, not just put, look with an exclamation point, or VGC, for example. Like, no, I don't want to put in that kind of stuff because hardly anybody is just searching eBay for Patagonia vest VGC. Like, no, they're not looking for that. They're not looking for that VGC part. More than likely, they're not. So I want to reduce all the fluff words possible in the title. I urge you guys to do the same. All right, let's talk about the pricing. So I'm gonna go 10 or 20% kind of over market with best offer though, because if I go at market price with best offer, I'm gonna get lowball to the 50% mark, right? But if I go over, the actual market by maybe 10 or 20%, then the best offer will get me right back to where the 75 mark would have been, and then I can counter to maybe the 85% mark, and that's okay. That's the same as putting a $100 item on a 15% sale. If you can follow my drift on that. So that's essentially what I want to do. I want to kind of put my item over market with the hopes that someone sees the best offer key and then they hit it, and then what they think is their lowball is actually my ideal or getting close to my ideal price already. So that's kind of a tactic I'm going to be adopting for the short term. I'm going to have to gauge that. I always like doing experiments and stuff. But yeah, best offer for all listings. So that's really important. I'm going to go to best offer. I know I made a video how best offer I think messed me up, but that was also because all my items were at market price when I put the best offer on. Now, with all the subsequent ones after that moment, I started putting best offer and adjusting my prices, and it seems to work. My ASP is going higher, so I like that. I'm doing buy it now for all items. I don't do auction for most of my stuff, but yeah, as stated before, best offer on all items. So I think that takes care of the pricing category right there. All right, shipping. Free shipping for all items. That's what I do on my store. I have a very good idea of how much shipping is gonna cost me. I live in the center part of the country, so either coastline, you know, like, okay, so I might lose $3 or $5 going that direction, but then I make it up on another transaction. I roll the shipping price into the item. I've been doing that for like so many years, and I think it's really important that people see free shipping. I think we live in a free shipping society. Free shipping, like, go to any website out there and try to buy something as simpler as a trailer hitch, right? And the second you see like $30 or $50 to ship the trailer hitch to your house, you're kind of like, eh, you know. But if you go to the stores and you look at Google, for example, I mean, they're gonna rank the free shipping ones like way high. I know this because I was looking for a trailer hitch for something the other day, and it's just like they just give you the ones with the free shipping first for some reason. I mean, just, we live in a free shipping society. That's just what it is. People want things quicker, sooner, and so I think if you put free shipping in there and you kind of roll your price into your cost, then I think it's a great way to run your business. Walmart and Uline for most of my boxes. I really don't want to be reacting here at home. We do buy a fair amount of like Amazon Prime stuff, so we keep all those boxes. We do go to Costco once a week for our groceries, so if I can remember at that time, I try to get some extra boxes from Costco. I always have USPS shoe boxes on hand. I always have the padded polys on hand. I also have 19 by 22 inch poly bags as well. A bunch of those things, but I do think I need to stock a little bit more up on small and medium grade boxes. Just keep them flat up against the wall somewhere until the day that I need them. All right, let's talk about handling real quick. I'm gonna do 1 day handling on everything as long as I'm in town, because I know my postal people's routes in the neighborhood. Around 2 or 3 o'clock, I can zip out of my cul-de-sac, look left or right, and there's like an 80% chance that there will be a postman like right there. So I know that much, which is a very big advantage. I understand that. I will use FedEx ground in 2 day only when I need to. And it's typically when there are boxers that are bigger than normal. I think today I shipped out like a reel, like a movie reel looking thing. It was kind of big, you know, and I knew it was gonna go FedEx, so that went out FedEx. But I have a FedEx on the way to the gym. I have the USPS people here in the neighborhood. There's also USPS on the way to the gym. I go to the gym 4 times a week, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So these things are really close. Like, all these things are within a block or an exit from my house, so I'm not really super panicking about that. That's why I can do 1 day handling. So I understand that I might have a different scenario than you guys, but still, it allows me to look at my scenario and go, how can I optimize that to give the buyer the best experience ever, right? Instead of the buyer seeing that you shipped an item maybe 3 days later, I want the buyer to see that I'm getting ready to ship an item like hours after the transaction has occurred, because I already have a label going and they think, wow, this thing is coming super fast. I also tend to ship much faster than what I put on there. So I have economy shipping as my shipping option. I am thinking about moving it down to priority or something like that, or 1 to 3 day shipping. But I'm not 100% sure I want to do that yet. But I always ship my stuff off faster than what the customer is expecting. That way I get good feedback and stuff like that. All right, so that's pretty much my eBay strategy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please put yours down below. I want to hear it, and I'll see you on the next video. Take it easy. Goodbye.